Hello, gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Marvel's Avengers. We're here playing on my Thor character, the PC.
We've identified an AIM facility that is vulnerable to attack. Though there are still security synthoids to contend with, we expect the Avengers should be able to easily prevail. Take out any AIM forces you encounter.
Here we go.
Head for the location on your HUD.
Keeps telling me I have better gear. Let's see. It is a bigger number. 250% increased willpower recovery from Warrior's Fury. Well, let's do it so we... And I still don't have... I don't want to upgrade that. I think that's a poor option there. So, a couple of our goals for today. I'm going to try to get these two done. Drop zones in Pacific Northwest and defeat enemies with God Blast. Which God Blast is not the heroic. That's Warrior's Fury. The thing I was getting a good perk from these other Vambraces. Yeah, that willpower recovery while being armored. And this is also kind of a stress test too. Want to see how the game handles. Let me check here while we're recording. Should be fine because we've done it before.
Another foe vanquished. Here we win for the books.
Your objective is ahead.
Objective. Stop it. It's our chest.
Nice work. Looks clear for now.
I like this. I'm not crazy about gamma damage, but 128% increased critical attack damage from Odin Force attacks. That's good because Odin Force is when we hold the right trigger or R2 and charge up all our attacks with lightning, and we kind of get a little extra armor while we're able to do that. The drop zones, and we want to defeat 10 enemies with God.
These enemies must be defeated.
Okay, 3 out of 5. Come on, man. We should have killed more than that. Or destroyed. 72. Okay, I think we're gonna have to start. This might start affecting my build, but we do need to start equipping higher level stuff at all costs. 74. That's gonna hurt our melee rating. Okay, if we swap that out, then we lose that heroic assault ability. Big hit to the melee rating. Nah, let's hold on to it. Get better gear. We're at 87. We got a little ways to go here. Counter. Yeah.
Tread lightly and carry a big stick.
This is gonna hurt.
Seeing that gamma damage. Kind of looks cool. I mean, you know, I'm not crazy because gamma listen, gamma damage kind of looks like farts. Like, you know, like it shows up as that green gas. It's like, come on, man. That's like how farts are visualized in cartoons, man. Come on, dude. We gotta be better than this. They're just like, what's all this green gas coming out of Thor's hammer? No.
Nice work, Avengers. This won't be the last time we mount an assault on AIM's forces, but this should significantly weaken their capabilities.
See how we are. 5 out of 10. Okay, okay. Cool, cool. Definitely doable. I think we'll stick with what we have until we get something that's actually by the numbers absolutely better. I like these perks. This one, takedowns granted defense buff. That's nice. Nice. It's not. Let's go ahead and level this up because that'll give us a good boost. Maybe. No, I don't think that's gonna get us. I'm hoping 89 or 90. See where we could get. But we need a chest piece. We might go check the stores. But I want to wait as long as I can. 27%. What about this? Okay. That's a good replacement for that. I prefer things that boost charge rates of all these abilities. So this one's ultimate. by 7%. This one's the Assault, which is the one that I need to use right now, right? Which is God Blast, where I sort of levitate the enemies with the wind, shock them with the hammer. That one's great. If I equip that, all my ratings go down very bad. Very bad. I'll just keep it. I need it. Alright, so we're gonna try to do more of these drop zones real quick, just to get that challenge complete. So something I believe that was new in the recent patch for Marvel's Avengers is that you can no longer go to the harm challenges or the training to accomplish the goals for challenges, which is going to make challenges a lot harder to do. I only recently started embracing that strategy of going... Okay, we don't have a drop zone in Pacific Northwest. I've only recently embraced that strategy of going to the harm rooms because it's kind of like the only area where you can guarantee that you're going to face the enemies that you need to defeat in large quantities, and you can do it solo without having your teammates around to steal your kills. So, I don't know. It's just going to make that more annoying and more difficult to accomplish, and I think you're going to see people go through their challenge cards a lot slower, or maybe not at all. It's possible you just might see people just not do that. They just might give up. But we really do need to get Thor. Get Thor leveled up if we really want to start. Stark Realities. That does give you priority set gear. I'm just trying to think of something we could... Well, let's wait for this refresh. Maybe this refresh will give us something. But maybe we could do that. To hopefully get some better gear. Because I don't want to go to the store if I can earn some gear real quick. But yeah, let's give it 10 seconds here. Okay, there we go. There's a drop zone. I'd like to get those done before I attempt a hive or a mission or something in order to go after some better gear. But yeah, if we look at our other characters, Iron Man's level 50, power 77. Thor's level 50, power 89. Cap is level 50, 146. So he's near the cap. Cap is near the cap. 150 power, high as we can get, so. Probably just need a few gear pieces. But I decided to stop there for now, you know, and focus on other characters. Black Widow is at 83 power. She's level 50. So we've got a good bunch here that's level 50. We will start the Kate Bishop story on PC sometime. I've been trying to clear a certain amount of time, whether it's a full day or just maybe even a couple of days, where I could just play through her content and make videos around it before we start focusing on her. Miss Marvel and Hulk, you know, those I'm going to work on later. I want to get these four and possibly Kate Bishop in a good spot. And, of course, a couple of days out from hearing some news about Hawkeye, so let's be ready for that. But yeah, really just playing this game once or twice, maybe a couple of times a week at the most.
We've identified a name facility that is vulnerable to attack. Though there are still security synthoids to contend with, we expect the Avengers should be able to easily prevail. Take out any AIM forces you encounter.
Here we go.
Possible I should delete some of the app stuff there that's not good anymore.
Head for the location on your HUD.
We shall take them all down.
Here are these. Ooh. Easy kills.
You fall to the son of Odin. Enemies.
Okay. Okay.
These enemies must be defeated.
Power flows through me. Position around
Love it.
Another foe vanquished.
Oh. I love it. I love it when you get that kind of flow going.
You have made ill-advised choices this day. Just a flesh wound.
My favorite. Got him.
You should try
Got him.
wrestling a sewer lizard sometime. Much worse.
Oh, what's going on here?
I'm in some trouble here.
What happened to that guy? He like straight up fell off.
I still make one weapon.
Mighty blow.
You're looking at him.
I know. Face me now.
Dang it! I did it like a split second too late.
The heavens rain.
last one.
My power is unstoppable.
The enemies have been defeated.
That's the God Blast. Good stuff. Good. Be close to wrapping up Thor's challenge card.
Nice work, Avengers. This won't be the last time we
Yeah,
mount
they
an
don't.
assault on AIM's forces, but this should significantly
drop
weaken their
zones.
capabilities.
Drop zones start dropping better stuff. Like, I'd even be cool with, like, more difficult drop zones that for sure drop better gear. Alright, one more drop zone. And then we'll go from there. Okay, so we're about to unlock Freyr's Gift. I like that texture on the cape as well. We see that in an actual costume here. We want to get detailed. This was one that came with the... What was it called? Was it called the Deluxe Edition or whatever the one that kind of in the middle? We didn't have to buy statues or anything, but it was sort of just above the regular edition of the game. You got these. See, you get sort of a pattern there. You can very much tell that this one's a fabric, and you know, like some of these other ones, you know, like this is also, but this one's more silky and smooth, whereas the other one has sort of a texture to it, a rougher texture. Oh, alright, cool. Okay. Let's see if they will let us. That's often the other problem is sometimes you go to the war table and it's like, the thing you want to do, it's not here. Yeah, so we don't have it. Okay, war table's refreshing. Let's see. See what it does. If it goes in our favor. I just want to do one more. Nothing. So we were talking about potentially doing that. Legendary. Do it at challenge 2, that's +3. Let's try that. I'm getting better at Thor, and I'm not ready to do things that are like massively above his skill set. Not until we get a build. Right now, we're trying to level up. Get to where the good gear
a facility
drops.
where AIM is preparing to spin up another fake arc reactor. We all know how well that went last time. We have to put a stop to it. The arc reactor's nearby. Jarvis, are you picking up anything?
Locked on and ready, Commander Hill.
Good luck out there.
Good luck out there.
An elite AIM team is close by and on alert. Updating your HUD.
Here we go. To battle! Your defeat was inevitable.
These flies out of my way. And Cap looks good. I wasn't crazy about that outfit, but after I purchased it, I actually really enjoyed it while equipping it, and then also while just even sort of spectating and witnessing Cap wear it as a teammate. Enjoyed it more and more over time. This is a good mission for resources, but I want to go for completion, so let's go ahead and try to complete this quickly.
Every member of the elite team must be defeated.
I want to see how this test goes because I know that the Kate Bishop DLC is pretty heavy on the visual effects. So need to make sure that our setup here is
Another agent down.
good for that.
We'll need to take control of their systems. Get me to the location on your HUD. Get to that control point.
If we get 3 more points, that will get us to this last Frostwalker outfit, but it won't unlock it. We'll have to wait until tomorrow, actually, Thursday. Reset day. We'll have new challenges posted where we can either simply just earn 3 points, or we can say, hey, let's go ahead and let's earn 11 points and overshoot our goal. Really? Okay, there.
I need more time. Keep the area free of hostiles. Firewall. I'm working as quickly as possible.
It's not an option, guys!
I'm almost done. Hang in there.
Battle ends here.
Just a flesh wound.
That did it. Nice work.
Nice.
There is a chest with gear close by. There is a special enemy unit close to your location. They may drop something useful if defeated.
Hit him. Oh, that worked. All right. Nice. Worth it. Seems like it. Orange eyes. So. Oh, hello there. Hi.
Fall to the son of Odin.
Ooh, something good here. Perhaps, yeah. Let's. Let's move on. Even though, you know, there's other areas we could go and explore. We don't need to. Bigger number. Your number might be good. Heroic assault by 17.7. Kind of what we already have right there, but we'd be ducking 1%. Resolve. Resolve is really more of a defense thing. Proficiency. More of a intensity is good though. Yeah, I think it's time to just equip this one slightly better here. We'll get better stuff later on, and I'll keep that on hand in case we need it. We'll move on.
If you can gain control of AIM's network temporarily, I can infiltrate their security system.
Nice job, everyone.
Head for the terminal so I can get you inside the lab.
Ooh, ISO 8. Yeah, some of the loot's in a little different space, which is kind of cool. Keeps things fresh. When you're playing some of these areas, it might look similar. But I have to say, everything is like really detailed. Like they could have made these more bland than they did. And honestly, yeah, actually, I'm not saying that these are bland. I'm saying that they could make the air. They could have.
I need access to multiple terminals.
Would have been fine with less detail, but they've done so much meticulous detail in these labs. Like even though we're kind of sick and tired of them, they look great.
Will attempt to initiate a shutdown protocol if they gain access to the terminals. You cannot let them.
Uh-oh. Didn't see any performance issues, but I don't know. We haven't had a crash on this game for a while. So I'll go ahead and launch it up again. Let's see if maybe we get that last drop zone. That's a shame though, because they don't have a protocol for getting back into a mission when you're playing something that's very the term I'm looking for, lengthy, like a Hive, Tachyon Rift or something. You definitely don't want to be kicked out of that. Something that you've spent a lot of time investment on, something of high difficulty, so close to the end, about to get some gear, which is pretty much where we were. I mean, we were getting close to the end. Go in the labs, beat some enemies, escape. Let's take a look. Maybe the war table updated. We'll have some drop zones. Be right back. I'm going to grab a drink. Just loads.
We've identified an AIM facility that is vulnerable to attack. Though there are still security synthoids to contend with, we expect the Avengers should be able to easily prevail. Take out any AIM forces you encounter. Head for the location on your HUD.
AIM has arrived. We shall take them down. Battle ends here. Enemy sighted.
Okay.
These enemies must be defeated.
Get him. No, I was literally tapping B as it. If you dodge too early, it leaves you open. If you dodge too late, you get hit. Whoa.
Face a good threat.
Doing that Muspelheim's torment there, so there's a radius of flames happening here, dealing consistent damage, also stunning enemies.
Have been defeated.
Fantastic. Okay, so that should complete the challenge. Be our third drop zone.
Nice work, Avengers. This won't be the last time we mount an assault on AIM's forces, but this should significantly weaken their capabilities.
Heroic assault ability by 17.3. Let's give us might. Is good for melee, I believe. Yeah. Could be good, but that it just place us right in the same area. That's okay. We got Freyr's gift. That's kind of our big goal for today, was to get that done. I guess let's go to the anthill and the shield station. Let's just see. Visit the anthill first, and we'll go see shield. See what kind of gear is available for Thor, if any. I had already checked on the helicarrier before we started playing. I just kind of looked at what was available. They really haven't had a lot of cosmetics available like they did early on in the game. They had more cosmetics available in that shop, and it always felt like there was something I wanted to buy, and I never had enough currency to do so. And now that I do, they're not rotating in new content as frequently, and when they are, it's not the outfits we cared for. Unfortunate.
Do all humans behave as you?
You got a sec? I'm over here, if you want to chat.
I wish it would let me look at what Black Widow has equipped. That would be cool. I like that.
Good choice. Cool. Thanks for paying.
Now we have this. Looks cool. That's cool. For sure. Let's go to Shield. Substation 0. And then I think we'll wrap this video for now. And I'll see if I can do some tweaks here. Maybe we can get some better performance here for our pre-recorded streams. that might have led to our crash there, which, you know, we've done war zones and vaults and stuff. Haven't had issues in the past, but never know what's going on. Game is one of the more temperamental ones that I have here on the PC. Sydney Levine.
Hello there. Hey, come on over.
Cool. Drink. Oh, okay. Guess we'll go to helicarrier. I had no idea. I apparently have not. Been by to check in on the gear. Damn it. Shield.
Oh, darn. Maybe next time?
How's it looking out there?
Avengers.
I don't know why it's occasionally the video issue. Let's see. Go back to the helicarrier. We'll see what that pattern is. I don't know. Could be anything. Pretty exciting amount of gear there. Yeah. I have something going on in the background. I don't know. Not seeing anything. For some reason it doesn't. Super smooth. Oh, actually that is.
Hey, Thor.
Sup, Amala? Epic, this should be good. Oh, it's for Hulk. Manic. Manic.
Settle a wager between myself and Stark.
That sounds like a terrible idea, but sure. What you got?
When you were a child, more of a child, a smaller child, that is, and you were a fan of us, who was your favorite?
Captain Marvel.
No, that wasn't what I meant.
You're confusing me.
He's like, between Iron Man and me, who's your favorite? Obviously. She's a big Captain Marvel fan. Cool. Really? This camera is so temperamental. Probably bumped into it. That's going to be it for today with Marvel's Avengers. Just wanted to play a little bit, kind of check in on some of our characters, do a little test here, make sure we're good for future content on the PC version. Because we have been pretty aggressive on the PS5 version, and will continue to be. But I wanted to check in because it looks like my characters are more leveled up on the PC. They're level 50, although their power levels might be considered lower. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking the video, subscribing to the channel for more content like this, and of course other games I'm playing through. But Marvel's Avengers is very much a mainstay of the platform for me. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you have a great one. Please like and subscribe. Take care.